Hi guys, welcome to this week's Urban Uncut, and we are starting this week's episode with Army versus Desert. Right, so we don't normally get two colours like this at once going through build. Everything, as you know, is normally black, black, grey, grey, black, 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 right? So first off, we've got matte army green. We've dressed this up with lots of gloss black. It's got the full wide track kit and pretty much every option that we do. In addition, it's had an interior, which I'll show you shortly, which is finished in tan with the Recaro seats as well. So we've been following these two builds for the last couple of weeks. The green is a lot more detailed. It's been down for interior. Obviously, as you know, we've stripped out all of the interior silver to get rid of it and make it gloss black. So the interior has a much more premium finish. Now this car is finished in gloss desert sand. This wrap is basically like a true gloss vinyl, which gives you the appearance of paint. You can see from the finish, there's literally next to no orange peel, which is really, really rare for a wrap. This one's finished with our full wide track kit, and we also put the A-bar on the front as well to give a much more dominant front end to the vehicle. So wheels on these cars, one's opted for WX1s, which is a bit more like utility style, and the other one's opted for WX2s, which is a little bit more modern and fresh, the 5 twin spokes. One isn't more popular than the other. We go through phases of some people wanting, you know, more WX1s and some people wanting more WX2s. In terms of wrap style, they've both adopted the same look, where basically it's really popular to keep the gloss black stripe all the way through the middle. Now, needless to whether you're going for a satin finish wrap or a gloss finish wrap, this whole breaking a Defender up with the amount of black versus the amount of colour is really, really important. You'll notice on both cars they've got like the black floating roofline that runs through the middle, so the stripe of colour is actually fairly minimal in terms of the car. You've probably got maybe 60% black and 40% colour. It's pretty clever really, because your eyes are naturally drawn to the colour rather than the black. So as a combination, it works perfect. So, the interior. This one, I think, most of the people that have been building this car have jumped in it and said, this is probably the best interior that we've done. Like, I know that obviously we've done the XRS interior with fantastic quill and red stitch and carbon, and it looks super modern. But this kind of takes you back. It takes you back with a little bit of heritage. The tan was a bit of a thing with Defenders. And just dressing it up with removing all of the silver, you've got black steering wheel, black dash center, black dash edges. And it just creates a feel that is like so luxurious in a utility vehicle. It's excellent. Now, the seating position, obviously, with the quilt, actually feels super comfortable as well. So I think this is actually the best setup interior for this car we've done. So there you go, guys, satin army green or desert gloss sand. Which one would you choose? Get in the comments now.
Good morning. Right, I want to show you something. We've got a TikTok video that's gone sort of fairly viral. Now, I've got a TikTok account, but I don't really use TikTok. Now, JA96 Media, thank you for this video, caught me in V8 Urb, #1 XRS, one of 65 coming out of a supercar driver meet at Donington Park. Put my foot down, sounds lively, looks the check this out. Now, I reposted it on my Instagram and all the comments were my usual followers who are absolutely sound, nice people. Sounds the looks awesome, blah, blah, blah. The difference between Instagram, YouTube and TikTok are the comments. They are savage, absolutely savage. There's a lot of unhappy people out there. Anyway, let's just go through a couple. So, at the moment, nearly 1 million views, 357 comments, 95% of them horrible. Right, first things first. My farts have 867 brake horsepower. Who's Lenny Urban? Some chav from Milton Keynes. I mean, I work in Milton Keynes, I don't live here. If you think I'm a chav, so be it. Never heard of him, nice car though, yeah, that's fair enough. At the end of the day, it's a Rover, the electrics will go and the windows won't roll down, just a matter of time. Tell me you're American without telling me you're American. A Rover, slowest 600 brake horsepower I've ever seen. They'll never compare to the old school ones. These are actually quite nice so far. Twice as likely to break down. He's got a Grandad Merc diesel, but definitely should have got one of these as a company car. I mean, I agree, I'd like one as a company car, whether I could afford the fuel or not. A rare sight of a Land Rover without the bonnet up. This is like the McLaren's on fire thing, isn't it? You get like 2 or 3 McLaren's catch fire on the internet, and then all of a sudden every McLaren just randomly catches fire.
They call it a thermal incident.
Thermal incident, right, okay. My dad's diesel Audi is faster. Comes with matching beard dye. People are fairly obsessed with my beard as well. I'll take it as a compliment because you ain't gonna get me down. This comment I like. Big man ting, yeah. Is that the chicken wing guy? Being a Land Rover, it won't be doing that for much longer. Laughing smileys ×2. Who's drawn a beard on that geezer's chops? Laughing smiley ×2. All that noise didn't exactly move very quick when working class win lottery. Oh, like TikTok, who gives a feck? See, at least that geezer didn't want to swear. Who gives a feck, unless he's Irish? Who the f is Lenny Urban? Sounds like a council estate flasher. Lenny's a melt. That's not Lenny's, it's Ronnie Pickering's. They are funny, but there is a stark difference. Like TikTok is a very, very, very horrible place to be. But that did make me laugh this morning. So yeah, thanks for that. Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Staff's Cars, and today we have Kev. Kev is in our stores, urban stores, and he has brought me this stunning Mark II Focus RS. Now, I'm a Fords guy. I love fast Fords, classic Fords, anything sort of Ford XR RS. So I'm absolutely loving the fact that you've got this and you've brought it to us. Thank you very much. So, as you can see, it's not standards. It's had quite a bit done to it, hasn't it, Kev?
It's had a few little bits.
Little bits done to it. But it looks mean and aggressive. I've driven the Mark I Focus RS, I've driven the Mark III Focus RS, but I've yet to drive a Mark II, so I'm excited. Let's just jump in, no messing about. She's fully warmed up.
Yep.
Right, let's get going. Right, we are in. Now, I don't know whether you saw Little Charlie's video, but that thing was like 75 brake horsepower. I don't really think I needed a disclaimer for that. Yeah. We didn't go fast enough to hurt anyone or anything, but this is 415 brake horsepower.
Yeah.
front wheel drive, manual.
Yeah.
I'm going to need you to sign this. Just put a little scribble in there, and usually I do like a little jokey thing about screwing it up, not neat, but I'm going to keep this really, really, really safe.
You keep it.
So what's been done? Is it like new turbos and stuff like that, or is it just a map?
No, so it's just a map.
Standard internals?
Yeah, uprated intercooler, uprated plenum, bigger crossover, bigger injectors, and the map.
Now the one thing I want people to hear, now you might not be able to hear it sort of so much in here, but we've just scared a load of birds out of the trees, haven't we? Right, okay, let's go for a little drive. I mean, first things first, what I love about the Ford RSs, they've always got great seats, and this has got Recaro.
Yeah, well, obviously these are an upgrade.
These are the upgraded ones?
Yeah, they were the same seats.
Yeah.
But the coloured coded.
Right,
so these would have been grey and white, I think. Blue and white. Blue and grey.
What year is this then? What year is this?
2010.
Nearly 12 years old, but it still feels like fresh.
Yeah.
Like the driving position is nice, and right, let's waffle more drive, because I'm excited for this one. I'll be honest. I love my fast fours.
Yeah. I do have fun and pleasure in it.
Yeah, I bet.
But only up to 70 miles an hour.
Of course, only up to 70. Right, so I've got a little bit of spinny second. So, like it's like 21 degrees, it's a dry road. That was second gear and I've got a little bit of spin.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. That's ridiculous, by the way. Do your neighbours hate you?
No, because it's quiet. You've heard it when it's on tick over. It don't do nothing. It's only when you give it some that you'll hear it.
You've done a short shift.
Yeah, just to make it a little bit.
Really, really good.
Make it a little bit tighter, basically. I've not gone for the full jobby, just to.
No. So those pops and bangs are only obviously after giving it some.
Yeah.
That noise. Oh. Right, this is brilliant. I'm already really enjoying myself.
No, it is fun. Yeah.
Right, let's give it some.
Yeah, you crack on. Just feels weird being in the passenger seat.
I can't explain how much fun this is. Do you know what? Even though it's a new fast forward, there is something very cosy about it.
Yeah.
Like the noise, like the wastegate chatter, the pops and bangs. That's ridiculous. The pops and bangs. Oh, mate, I love it. So tell me about your car history then. Have you always been into fast forwards, always had fast forwards? Or have you only just been able to sort of treat yourself to something now?
Years ago, obviously, when I was a lot younger, I was 17, 18, I've had a Mark II Escort, all the Fords that way, but obviously never afforded.
Right, we will try and get a conversation out of this, but that's just that is insane. But you can feel it in your seat.
Yeah.
So front wheel drive, but it's so grippy.
Had a Super Impreza WRX before this.
Oh, you did do the Super, yeah. I mean, they were quite iconic anyway, didn't they?
Yeah,
That was the Boxer engine, isn't it? So it's got flat four.
It sounded lovely.
Yeah, they sound awesome. But mate, that is ridiculous. How much? I mean, fuel must be horrendous because that must be shoving fuel.
Yeah, that is. But obviously, you can just drive it really normally. You can just drive it really normally and not get any of this.
That's the nice thing. I mean, I'm not going to sort of make out that it's the best of both and it's really comfortable and you can just cruise about in it and stuff like that, because that ain't what it's about, is it? But I suppose you can drive fairly, but you just don't want to.
It pushes you back, doesn't it?
Mate, what a motor.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Mate, it's absolutely insane. Like I say, it's not a huge amount. It's not a a massive. I'm lost for words. Like, it's meant to be an interview and me talking about, like, you know, previous cars and stuff like that. But I'm just having too much fun. Right, let me just.
It's when you hear it underneath.
That's what I was doing. Windows down, under the bridge. What the f*** was that?
Right, missed it.
Right, you need to get the timing right on that, don't you?
If you could go through that a lot slower and get the bigger bang from it.
Right, so it's overrun, isn't it? It needs to get the timing right. That one got me. I wasn't expecting it. My God, I've never heard anything like it. Oh, the neighbours are going to hate us. So that's Kev's Mark II Focus RS. I'll be honest, I didn't really know what to expect. All his colleagues were saying it's scary loud. I was like, yeah, cool, I've been in scary loud cars, but that is ridiculous. Feeling the pops and bangs through the seat, just so much fun. And you know, I'm an old school Ford guy, I love my Cozzies and stuff, and I didn't really know what to expect with this. But I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. I might have to nick it off you for the weekend, one weekend, just so I can have even more fun. So yeah, thanks a lot, Kev. Really, really appreciate you bringing that down to us. Get in the comments. Thanks to Kev, and yeah, that's that done.
Right, so EQC update. We had actually finished the kit on the car, but we needed to do some final prep on the front splitter. What was wrong with it? Just some trim data around here.
Yeah, so on the black pack version, which we laid up the first time just as a test fit, there had been a slight over trim in this corner here. So it was leaving a nice little jaggedy gap as we went around the corner.
It fits perfect now though, like literally every line around there. So this is the first visual front splitter we've done. We've also got a visual rear diffuser as well.
Yep, we have just taped that on. This is effectively the method that I'll use for bonding it on anyway, so holding everything in place with tape kind of works well.
And we've also, what we've done, we painted these 3D prints in gloss black just to see what they look like on the car. So we've got the wide arches. The last thing we need to do just before we complete and fully sign off is to get the offset for the wheels. Yeah, so we need to see how far these come out. These are actually the Vossen 22-inch HF5s. And they've been ordered with the right setup for the standard car. So we're trying to work out basically how much we need to come out rather than using spacers.
Yeah, so if we get that flush up against the arch.
Yeah.
And then take a measurement into the
from
top
the
of the
rim,
wheel
yeah?
there, from the rim.
So what's that, 23 millimeters?
Yeah.
So if we go 20 mil, just to be sort of conservative.
Yeah, that would leave us safe. We'll be inside the arch gap then.
Think not a little bit less? No?
20 mil will be bang on for me.
20 mil, yeah. So should we get a set of wheels? Should we get a set of 20 mil spacers to check it first, or should we just cut the wheels?
Nah, we've definitely got to get a set of spacers because I mean, after you've cut the wheels, you've committed.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, committed. So what we'll do now, we'll order a set of 20 mil spacers. We'll install it again on these wheels. We'll pop it out. We'll drive it around the car park to see that it settles. Yeah, and then we'll check it again just to check that it doesn't poke too much so it doesn't sit out. Same on the front?
Yep.
It's pretty much exactly the same, isn't it?
It is exactly the same.
Yeah, so 20 mil all round, second fit with a set of spacers, and then we know exactly how we need to order the wheels.
Yeah, correct.
So just to the back, we've got the two rear spoilers, and you can see here, because we 3D printed this, it's actually got the two part of the 3D print. We see that these fit perfect. We've painted them just to see what they look like on the car. They're lovely and subtle. Yeah, just add a nice balance to the car, don't they? I think it's gonna be all together.
Yeah, it takes it away from being less smooth and just gives it a little bit
of a flick up.
angle.
Yeah, so we've got the rear diffuser, two spoilers, the wheel arches and the front lip, dressed up with a set of Voss and 22-inch wheels, makes for a nice package. More updates coming soon.
Right, everyone, so what we have here is I suppose it's a special car, isn't it? 'Cause it's our last brand new Lamborghini Urus out the door, unless it's a customer car.
Yeah, to roll off our production line as such.
Production line, yeah. So how many do you think we've done of
Car
this
builds.
kit? Yeah.
Car builds, and obviously don't forget we've got global kits going out. It feels like every week. It's got to be north of 150 kits.
Got to be, isn't it? Between 150 and 200. So a very, very popular kit for this model. Now, obviously, Lamborghini have just launched the facelift model in the shape of a Performante edition.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like a version of a Performante, isn't it? It's carbon everywhere, it's modified, it's aggressive looking.
It does feel like they seem to follow on behind us, doesn't it? When we've done it for a year or two, is that a bit too confident to say that? Or?
I don't think so. No, I'm a Lamborghini fanboy. I love the brand, I love the story, I just love Lamborghini as a brand. Every model, the Aventador is my favourite all-time car. I love the Urus, it's our most popular car and it's the car that I get the most commission on. So this has got a special place in my heart and my wallet. But yeah, it's interesting, the Performante, because the design of it, I was a little bit like,
is it enough?
It doesn't look like it. When you look at the standard Huracan and then the Huracan Performante,
what that delivers and gives.
So much more aggressive. And I know it's an SUV, but I just expected a little bit more.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? When you see some of our competitors, what styling they bring out with big, huge vented bonnets and big double wings at the back and triangles.
Well, you know, I want us to be that.
Yeah.
This is a soft kit for us, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there's no bumper replacement going on. It's very in on a ramp and it's all done and dusted in a couple of days.
Yeah.
But we want to get into the replacement bonnets, the wings, something more aggressive on the back end.
Wider arches, and we're going to go in.
I think the fact they've led with the Performante means that they've raised the bar to us a bit, haven't they?
Right, so it's 1-1 at the moment then.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh my God.
Talk to me about 24s. You're not a fan of 24s, are you?
No, I'm more of a 23er.
Well, see, the 23-inch alloy in this design just looks so much fatter, doesn't it? It just looks like it's got more concavity, it just sits nice.
This just gives me the tall roller skate feel.
And you can lower these on links, but with 24s
we're all anti that, aren't we?
On British roads, I actually had a customer who did it and it looked incredible. Low, wide, but...
It's brilliant until it hit the rear arch on the underside and it popped off.
Yeah. So plans for the facelift model, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, I don't think we'll put a light bar on it or anything like that.
Oh, everything's got to have a light bar. Everything's got to have a light bar. But we're thinking like full-on carbon bonnet, wider arches.
Yeah, I think that we were maybe lacking a little bit of confidence, I think, at the time when we did this. Like, I remember there was a lot of effort that went into the side skirts that we do.
Yeah.
And then in hindsight, by the time I fitted them on the car, like, you don't see much of them. And the way we've done them, and the way we've done them as well, when anyone ever opens the rear door near these cars, I'm so nervous they're going to step on the back.
Thinking it's a side step.
Like a side step.
It is like that. When you come here and you see that does protrude like that, it's only going to take like a small child to think that they use that to step on it, which is not what
and we
it's
beefed it up on purpose just in case, but if you stand on it,
but the thing is, it's been so popular, so it just shows that even though it is quite a subtle kit, you know, even the rear diffuser alone, like when you see the standard one and it's in silver, you know, they didn't even colour code it. When you look at that as a replacement, the spoiler, the front splitter, everything just works and ties in nicely.
Are you a fan of what we originally designed it like this, as you know? So do you prefer it when we colour code the arches?
I do, because it looks like a wide arch then. Whereas when it was all carbon,
it all goes a bit high, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it looked just a little bit stuck on. Whereas that is just such a beautiful finish.
Yeah, it carries over the OEM bit again, which we obviously go on about.
But I'm really excited. I'm excited to see what we do in the next, because this has been such a good car for us and so popular. Like I say, it's one of my favourite cars.
They never hang around either, do they?
No.
They're generally always they've always got an owner before we've even taken them in.
People always people always ask as well, G-Wagon, SVR or Urus, because they were our three main performance SUVs that we did. But I've said this before on the channel, they are all so different that I don't think they're all in the same kind of bracket. No. This is a lot more like a big estate car. It's not quite high enough to be an SUV, not quite low enough to be an RS6. It's very much in its own league in the price point as well.
And it's not an RSQ8.
No, it's definitely not. Definitely not. The SVR, you know, is an absolute classic, and price point again, you know, between 120 and 150 with the urban conversion, and it's a Range Rover. You know, it's an actual SUV, and then the G-Wagon is just road presence, isn't it? Everyone knows that the G-Wagon is just a big, mean-looking car, but it might not drive nice on long journeys.
Well, you did it the other week, didn't you? We went down to Prem.
Yeah.
What was that like, that journey?
It was all right, but when you're going around a corner fast, it does feel a little bit, you know, it's on shocks and springs, and that's the other thing that surprised me about the Urus Perf, is that it's on shocks and springs. And I don't quite get where the whole point of the Urus is that it is a fast, comfortable SUV, but that it's practical. And comfort is key with air ride, isn't it?
Yeah, what is that going to drive?
Is that going to be a stiff
ride?
What's the point in it then? If you're bumping about in a, you know, so I'll be interested to see one. I mean, Lamborghini know what they're doing, but styling wise, it's quite subtle, and I think we can do better.
Yeah, absolutely. And another thing to note as well is, I guess, although we want to go super wild by comparison, it doesn't mean we're not going to do a soft kit on this new car as well, because like the G-Wagon, we've learned that
soft kit and wide track.
We need both.
You can do the same with the Urus.
Yeah, I think we started this, then we kind of never finished it.
Yeah.
By going again, but we've got a lot more projects under our belt now, so we can apply what we've learned through those onto this next model, and it's got quite a bit of longevity, isn't it? Being the new version.
So is this like the sign off and the goodbye for this shape of Urus for now then? And then
I think it could be.
The future's bright. The future is facelift Urus.
Yeah.
Right, everyone, thanks for watching. So get in the comments, let us know what you prefer out of the two Defenders, the sand and the army green colour one. Both look amazing. Let us know what you think, and also let us know what you think we should do with it. Should we do a soft kit and a wide track? Yeah, exciting time. So get in the comments, make sure you share, like and subscribe.